What up brothers, it's Clipper King returning. Welcome back to my channel for a new video today. I'm going to pretty much do a follow-up on a review I did back in November. I don't know if you guys remember it or if you even watched it to start with, but I'm going to go back and pick up on some of the problems that I've seen recently and also refer back to a video that I got linked to my Facebook account about 7 or 8 times through night and early this morning. As the days progressed, now I was sort of in two minds whether to sort of answer the video or put my thoughts on it. A lot of people have been getting in touch with me, mainly through Facebook, asking me, do I think it refers to me? Nah. I'll tell you what happened. I'm not going to mention the guy's name because I've been assured that it weren't aimed at me. But I'll tell you that conversation, and I will, like I said, go back and we'll look at the figure. I will say I pretty much put today to one side to catch up with some of the Damn Toys Gangsters Kingdom figures. You can see I've got a few in that I haven't reviewed yet. In fact, I've got quite a lot in. I've got 2 more downstairs as well that I really need to catch up with. I keep promising I'm going to do them, but my enthusiasm for doing videos and for collecting certain things has waned, as most of you know. I don't try and hide that. But this video, I feel like if I don't put a video up, I'm going to be answering and typing out the same answer for about the next 3 days until this blows over. So I'm going to crack on and talk about it. The figure I'm referring to, you've probably all guessed it, is the Mike Tyson youngest heavyweight champion from Storm Collectables. But before we, I will get into the central cabinet, so I'll move the Gangsters Kingdom stuff out, move it in, get a little bit of better lighting. We'll have a look around mine, and I'll fill you in on the sort of the chronological order of receiving mine to doing the review to what I've been doing with it since. And also I've been seeing a lot of comments through Sideshow Freaks asking if Clipper King's retired or where he is, and it'd be nice to have some feedback on his Tyson, knowing that I've got the Tyson figure, I were a strong advocate of the figure, and how is mine holding up. So what I'll do is I'll get these bad boys out of the central cabinet and we'll get Tyson in there. Right, let's stop fucking about and let's crack on. Stop bullshitting and start chewing fat. Tell you what's going on with this bitch ass figure. Right, just to qualify my excitement when I received this figure, I missed the first 2 Tyson figures from Storm Toys Collectables, whatever they want to be called. And I never thought they were that good, if I'm honest. Nah, I knew I wanted this figure from the very first picture that got linked through their website to Facebook. It was an unpainted head sculpt and it just showed Mike Tyson. I knew what age it was coming from, I knew round about which fates it were coming from, and I knew I wanted it. I really wanted it because this to me is a stepping stone to a Cassius Clay or Muhammad Ali figure, which is my be-all and end-all figure, as you all know. So I thought if they can do this, they can get this license, then at some point Ali's next. That is what I was thinking. As soon as I saw that picture, I thought I'm going to start sniffing around now because I want it. As time went on, we found out it was going to be limited to a short run. It turned out to be 300 to the Toy Soul Fair, whatever it were called. I thought, I don't give a fuck if it's limited to 10. I need one of them figures and things better start happening to make sure I get one. So I asked around, as I always do, and obviously in that time I was buying figures regularly from Hong Kong, so I had got Hong Kong connections, who you all know. So I pretty much secured myself one as soon as the pre-order went up. I showed you the number that I got, I paid for it outright, and that is really my only connection to Storm Collectables. I'll just clarify at this point, I'm not in bed with anybody. No Hong Kong sellers, no figure makers, no figure suppliers, anything. Not even friends. When friends send me figures to review, bear in mind, Wyman sent me his Jimi Hendrix figure from Saron Kim, which is worth about, well, I know what it sold for because I helped sell it from Wyman to somebody else who's got it now. I helped sell that, so I know what that figure's worth. I still never sugarcoated that review. So as far as my reviews go, I don't have to please nobody. I can say what I want to say and fuck the response. I don't mind. If you think I'm lying, ask Denny Kim, ask Hot Toys, ask whoever you want. I don't give 2 fucks about what the response is to what I say. I say what I want at the moment that I'm reviewing it. So I'll just qualify that. Anyway, soon as the figure released, obviously I'd got it pre-ordered, it was collected and it was sent to me. You all saw the unboxing. I was buzzing about it, to be honest, because it was like probably a year, 14 months, maybe 15 months since I initially saw the shot to receiving the figure in hand. I was just buzzing for it, and I got it, I opened it, and it was fucking awesome to me. Now, what you don't know, and what I've never said before, and for my own reasons, I've never said this before, but I'm going to tell you, because it sort of supports the company, if I'm being honest. Right, the one I opened in the review, in the unboxing, sorry, is not this one. And if you think I'm bullshitting, go back to my channel and you will see that I unboxed that figure on the 9th of November. I then did the full review on the 14th of November. Now, there would have been no way that I would have sat on a figure for 5 days and not done a review, particular figure I'm waiting for. I'm pretty much in review mode. If I receive a figure that I'm borrowing or whatever, or a figure I've bought to sell, whatever, I unbox it, while it's out of the box, it gets reviewed. I cut it when I get time and then it goes up. So you know that I would have reviewed that straight away. So you're probably thinking, what stopped you from reviewing it then? Before we do that, we'll move it on a pose because I'm getting bored of looking at him like that. Right, moved it on one, just show you that. Take some pose ideas if you choose to, although a lot of people might not want to pose this figure anymore, and that is understandable. Right, so moving on, why didn't I review it straight away? Because once I got it unboxed and I put, if you remember, it comes pretty much naked. You've got to put the gloves on, the head on, the shorts on, everything. When I set it up, I realised that on the back of one of his legs, there were a little bit of, I won't say it was paint rub because it weren't. It were kind of like there'd been a blister under the top layer of skin that had then been sort of picked across, so it was like a loose flap of the rubberized skin somewhere there on the leg, and then on the back of the shoulder there were a tiny hardly even noticeable bit of paint rub somewhere there. Now, the paint rub actually looked like it had stuck to the foam on the inside of the box. That's what it looked like. So I did the unboxing, I come downstairs, I cut it together, and I uploaded that through the night. So I'd really done the footage I needed before I'd picked up on the problems that it had got. That's the honest truth for it. So the next morning, and I think I've got all the conversations on my phone and I can show you the people I've spoke to if needs be, but I'm not going to mention no names because this, I don't want you to think that this is an attack video or defense video or whatever. It just is what it is. So once I knew, the guy who'd picked it me up and shipped it me, I sent him a message. Well, he sent me a message saying, everything okay, figure all right for you, are you as happy as you seemed in your unboxing? I says, I am, just a couple of little things. You're like, what's that? I says, it looks like the leg has started peeling. I said, a tiny bit, I'm talking millimeters. I says, and there's a little bit of paint rub on the back of the right shoulder. And he was like, right, so what do you want to do? I said, to be honest, I don't give a fuck, because how I'm going to pose it, it don't matter. I just want to get it reviewed up and I want to show the figure off. So obviously the guy who shipped it to me said, let me go and talk to Storm, because they know you've been wanting this figure for time. They know you were buzzing to get it. They've already seen your unboxing. Let me talk to him. He went off, spoke to Storm Collectables, come back to me. Rick, there's a body on its way to you. All you've got to do is send your body back. Keep everything else. There's a body on its way. I says, but what do I do now then? I says, do I review this one or not? Do I send it back? Who's paying the shipping for mine to come back? So on and so forth. In fact, tell a lie. He first off said, keep the body you've got and I'll send you another body. I thought, right, well, I've got a damaged body, but now I can use that with a tracksuit on and I'm getting a brand new body. Sound. Then that changed. We can't give out a body until you've sent your body back, because what it will do is that body will be like either fixed and repainted or whatever they choose to do with them, but we're limited. We've not got many spare bodies, so the bodies that's gone out are the bodies we need. We will send you another one out, but we need yours back. That was the next message I got. So like, right. I said, well, shipping of this body is going to cost me about £50 to send from UK back to Hong Kong. And I thought, I'm not doing that. I'll tell you I'm not doing that, because I paid for figure in full. I expect it in good condition. Although this ain't too bad, I will keep it. But I'm going to tell you, I'm reviewing it as is, and I'm going to mention the paint rub and the mark on the leg. The shipper obviously went back to Storm Collectables and said, look, Rick's going to review this figure, he's going to get so many views, everybody's going to think this is a situation with all of them. Do you still want this body back, or are we still going to charge him for him to send this body back, so on and so forth. The conversation went on for a couple of hours. The resolution were, no, we know you want that Tyson, we know you want to review it, the body's on its way, just send us yours back. When it gets here, we'll reimburse you the money. So right, how long we talking? So it's been shipped out EMS, so it's on its way. So that is what happened. The body you see now is not the body that were originally shipped to me. That body went back because of 2 pieces of paint rub, if that's what you want to call it. And this is a mint condition body that had been checked in the factory and sent to me. Bubble wrapped up, so it weren't touching the foam inlay again. That's how it come back to me. I checked every millimetre of the body and there's not a mark out of place on that body. So that is the one I reviewed. So in the review, because they paid the shipping to me, it didn't cost me anything, I reviewed it as if I'd received that set. I always say to you, and you know, when I do a review, I say I review the figure in hand. I don't care if everybody else's is fucked but mine's alright, or mine's fucked and everybody else is alright. I review the figure in hand. So at the point of the review, I had a mint condition Mike Tyson, although the initial one had been sent back. Like I said, if you ever want to question me, because I keep photo evidence of everything. Don't ever think that I don't, because I do. I need to, because I'm in a position where my word fucking, I don't know, it crosses fucking oceans. So I need to keep everything I say, and that is why I'm straight and above board, because at times you will be called out on your bullshit, and I don't like to be called out on bullshit. Right, so moving on. The review as it stands, I still agree with. My initial review, I scored it as I do them all, and I did a full demonstration on the body. Now, I will say this, if I receive a figure from anybody, from a customizer, Hot Toys, Enterbase, Storm, Dam, whatever, if they put in a sheet that tells you recommended use, and I'm thinking something like a Gamora, Thor, the old Rambo figures, Spiderman, I stick to what it tells you, because I think if they're telling you something, then that is exactly what it should do. And think back to the first Amazing Spider-Man, I moved it exactly how they told me. I weren't too rough with it, I weren't too soft, I don't pussyfoot round it, I don't sugarcoat it, but I don't try my best to fucking break it either. I use it as recommended, because then I think that is in essence the fairest and most honest review that you're gonna get, because what they've told me it will do, I'm telling you, will it do that? Or are they bullshitting and they're overselling figure? So the review as it stands, in my opinion, it might be long-winded, you can call it fucking over-padded, over-fat, boring, you can call it what you want, but there's no fucking doubting that it's honest. As it stands, it's 100% honest. Right, so I'll pose him again and we'll crack on even further. Right, so we'll move on a little bit more. I'll show you the pose again. More crouch now. Guard up, dipping off to his right. So he'd be slipping a jab. Right, you see, got him posed up. So let's move on. Since the review, I always do the same thing. I link it to Facebook, I link it to Facebook groups. Now I'm on Instagram, please follow me if you don't already. That's Clipper, uncle_Clipper. Please follow me on there, because you'll see pictures, and I'll try and get links to my reviews. I do spread it around, I do network my reviews. I'll also put them on Sideshow Freak, so I will link them to people who are more popular than me on YouTube, because when people have seen their videos, then they'll also see mine. So I do all that. So I let the video go, and it went out there. It went onto Sideshow Freaks, and I get a lot of comments. If I need to answer them, I do. If I don't, then I won't. Now, next thing came, I started seeing other ones with paint rub. There was a guy in England who I think also sent his back, and I heard he'd had his replaced as well. So I thought, oh, so it's not only mine. Then I heard little rumours that it was the sort of the foam inlay tray that were marking the paint. So I thought, right, they'll obviously correct that. The later ones will go out wrapped in plastic. Whether it did or not, I don't know. Like I said, mine were done, and the review were doing what my reviews do, steadily going up, but not I don't know, breaking fucking bank money wise. So then I start seeing the rips in the suit, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, that looks bad. So obviously I do what everybody else does. You check your own, self-preservation. Check my own, not a mark on it. I've then since kept reposing it, sort of sometimes in a guard up stance, sometimes in a punching stance, sometimes straight upright like the start of this review. I use it as the instructions say, and I put it back after maybe a week just to give the arms chance to get the creases out and go back to the reset position. I always do it with every figure. If I show you now, you see me Hulk, it's pretty neutral, and so is Thor. They would be figures that I would consider risk figures. Same with possibly the 89 Batman. There's probably others in there, I don't know. But yeah, at some points I'll go back and I'll go to reset mode just to get the Spider-Man suit same. So I start seeing all these rips and I'm fucking worried. I'm worried for other people. I thought at some point somebody's going to come back and ask me. At some point somebody did come back and ask me, how's your Tyson? All right, well, it's fine. Well, mine's not, it's ripped, it's had to go back. Right, talk to Storm Collectables, they will replace it. Obviously I knew that because they'd replace mine. So I told that person, and then I see more and more on Sideshow Freaks, and then I start seeing, where's Clipper? Why ain't Clipper involved? Why didn't he tell us what his is like? And I'm thinking, look, to be honest, Christmas time for me is no collecting time, because I'll be honest, over the last 8 months I've probably been flusher than I've ever been, simply because I had a shitload of PPI back, I had a good football bet, I got some money back from a paid bank account that I'd never been using, so I got a load of money back. And I just started thinking, why do I fucking put everything, finance-wise, in how many figures I can buy? Fuck these figures, there's no coming out that excites me. I'm going to collect what I want, namely the damn toys, and the others, fuck them. Also around that time, I started thinking, I think I've now paid enough finder's fee. So the guy I'm normally buying from, I haven't bought a single thing from him for fucking ages. The simple reason is, the blurred line got to me. The sort of, are we friends or are we associates? Because there's got to come a time where I've paid you enough and advertised you enough. Why am I still paying same fucking finder's fee as everybody else? And the reason I started thinking that is because about fucking 20 people said it to me. So then I thought, fuck it. I've paid enough finder's fees to Hong Kong, so I'm not paying no fucking more. Now, if I get any figures, I will. If I don't, I don't. I can live without them. But I started spending the money that I'd got on my family and other things, clothes, fucking aftershaves, everything else I want to collect that these figures stop me doing. So I'll answer that. So that is why I've been away. While I'm in that mode, the things I see on Facebook or YouTube comments or a lot of Facebook stuff, I just turn a fucking blind eye to it. I think I can't be bothered. Boys, live your life, I'm gonna fucking live mine. And that is what I do. So that is why I never answered any questions on Sideshow Freaks. Moving on to the video that went up last night. Let's change pose and then we'll address that. Alright, so we're back again. Throwing over with right cross. Still got his left arm in a guarded position. And gone straight arm with right. So looking pretty sweet. Right, moving on. Last night. I went to bed last night at about 11 o'clock because I'd worked from 7 yesterday morning. So I pretty much fucked. For whatever reason, before I go to bed, I'll watch some YouTube videos and nod off watching that. I will also explain this as well. When I'm out of hobby mode, I watch videos which are pretty much anything but figures. So I'll be watching things that don't even really interest me. Sneaker reviews, fucking game reviews, film top 10s, greatest actor reviews, fucking live story of Pablo Escobar, fucking live story of El Chapo, anything. I will watch anything because I thirst for fucking knowledge and knowing stuff. So when I'm out of figures, I'm out of figures. I can't stress that enough. So anyway, I fell to sleep and I've got the iPhone 6, as you know, 6 Plus. I'd left it and I'd not switched it to mute. So, about 2 o'clock this morning, probably at 1:30, 2 o'clock time. Do you know the Facebook Messenger thing? Ding, ding, ding. It's fucking going mental. I mean mental, I'm asleep, so it seems like it's going mental. It's probably not. It's probably going off every 10, 15 minutes. And I'm thinking, it's fucking unusual. So I reached over to my phone as a look, and you've got the banner things on the front, and I'm getting Facebook messengers, I'm getting messages through YouTube, and so on and so forth. So I had a look at them. Rick, check this video out. I'm like, fucking not checking the video out now, I'm still half asleep. Next one, Rick, have a look at this video. I think it might be about you. So I fucking looks. There's a video gone up. I'm not going to promote the channel, I'm not going to mention the person's name who says it. The title is something like Tyson or something and BS reviewers, bullshit reviewers. So I thought, oh, somebody's had a dig. Not new to me. I've had more shit than enough, and I've caused more shit than enough. I know all that, so don't worry about that too much. So I goes to this video and I watches it, and it's pretty much about a damaged Tyson video and sort of a test at the end. And I'm sure you've all seen it or will be watching this video, so you know exactly what I'm on about. Talks about this damaged Tyson, the ripping in the bodies, and the armature inside it. And the footage actually shows a cut down Mike Tyson with the exposed frame, arms and legs. But also the sort of underlying to this video is these so-called bullshit reviewers. And the guy mentions that there's about 12, I think it says 12 to 15 reviews up there, and nobody touches on that this figure is a total piece of shit, basically, and you should know about this and you should know about that, and so on and so forth. Now, there is a scene in the film where he mentions a reviewer's name. I will say it's not mine. I knew it weren't mine because I read his lips when he said it. So I did know that anyway. So I know who we're referring to, but I'm not sure that I would class that person as a reviewer. So I'll say that first. So then I goes back and has a look at the reviews he might be referring to, already thinking this is possibly me. And the fact that other people think it's me sort of shows that it's leaning towards being me. Now, so I goes and I looks, types it in, and there's probably 6 people, I think, and I think there's the review spot, there's myself, there's Budget Stark, there's Test Jess, and a couple of others, probably lesser known, I think, who will review this figure today. Sorry if I've missed you and you are an established reviewer. So I thought, right, he said there were 12, there ain't 12, there's less than 12, so he must be including us all, and that's what I thought. And I watched it. Now, I've pretty much learnt to roll with punches and not really listen to other people, and I always find it funny that it's like I'll attack people that are bigger than me, but really don't concern myself with people that are smaller than me. I'm sure the bigger reviewers look at us all and think, I'm not bothered about what they say. I'm sure they do. And then I suppose the littler ones try to have a dig at the ones who are bigger than them. I think that's how it works. And as my channel's grown, I see that. So I thought about that as well. Is he having a dig to sort of boost his views or whatever? I don't know. I don't know the guy that well, if I'm honest. I know of him, or I know of him. And I know of the channels, but I don't know them personally. I wouldn't consider them friends. Right, so I thought, right, so he's got to be referring to me. So then, you know me, I'm straight into fucking, gears are changing, I'm into attack mode. Bearing in mind, this is now about 2:15 this morning, maybe even 3 o'clock, and I'm thinking, right, why not name me? If you're going to have a fucking dig at me, why not fucking name me, so we all know where we stand. I was just about to fucking get up and get the camera out, and I thought, fuck that, I'm not bothered. And then I thought, no, what I'll do is I'll give him a chance to say if it is me. Now, I sent a message basically saying, just seen your video, this is like paraphrasing, just seen your video basically, is it referring to me? Please let me know if it is, because I'm just about to fire back. That is what I wrote. And then I left it, watched the video, left it, went to sleep, woke up this morning to a message back from one of the people on the team. No, it's not. He was just pissed off about the state of the body, named me a few reviewers, but you weren't one of them. And I thought, right, fair enough. I don't 100% believe it, if I'm honest, but if that's what you say, fair enough. And at that point I thought, I'm not going to attack back. I could have done. I could have gone fucking balls out, and like I say, I'm not even attacking back now. I'm just filling you all in because I can't answer this question all day. I'm not attacking the channel because they've made it clear that it weren't about me. Nah, that's what they said. I thought, right, although some of the questions I've had today, why don't you do this, why don't you do that, why don't you do that? I said, listen, if somebody's told me it's not about me, then I've got to take them at the word. If I now attack them after they've told me it's not about me, I'm just going to come across as same old fucking big mouth bully that I've always been, and I don't want to do that. So like I said, I can't make it clear enough. I am not attacking back, and his thoughts in that video are his thoughts. I don't 100% agree with it, and I'll tell you what I don't agree with. So anyway, then I starts reading down, and I will say, massive shout out to Don Vito Cotto. We call him Don Vito. Who is Raider in NY to a lot of you guys. A big supporter of mine. Very straightforward guy, very good collection last time I saw it, and he's pretty much a top youth, very like-minded to me. I will give him a massive shout out because he agreed with what the guy was saying in the video, but he did go on at bottom to say the only people I pay any note to is Mag and Clip. So thanks for him for saying that, because he was the only one who actually put my name in it, apart from this other guy who can have a massive fuck off tablet called 16 Morph. Never heard of him before, didn't even have a fucking picture on his profile, I don't think. Just another little fucking minion who did worst thing they could do to me. Pretty much went along with the bullshit reviewers thing and tried to tar me with Optibotimus, Sean Long and Shardamus Prime. Listen boys, you can fucking call me what you want, you can call me kids what you want, you can call me missus what you want, you can slag me collection off, you can say I'm fucking poor, I'm a northern idiot, you can call me what you want. Never ever fucking accuse me of not having integrity and honesty, because that fucking pisses me off, because my channel and life have been built on telling it how it fucking is. So you either don't know me, you cunt, and if you don't, get to fucking know me, because don't ever tar me with their brushes again. I don't get paid a fucking brass cent by any company other than AdSense, and that is a pittance as well. Because the Tyson video that I'm getting accused of lying on to make money, that review's done about 5,500 views since November, which makes me about $5.50. So put that into context. I don't fucking suck up to Storm Toys or Hot Toys or Damn Toys or fucking Entebbe or anybody else. Sideshow Collectables, nobody. And this is what I found fresh. This channel, what I understood, were buying figures from Sideshow, so would they have slagged the Sideshow figure off? I'm not sure. But anyway, believe it boys, I don't give a fuck if nobody else in the world buys that Tyson off strength of my review. I don't give a fuck. As long as I've got it and I like it, that's what I concern me with. So never ever fucking say I'm an advertiser. I'm biggest critic in this fucking game, and you can take everybody else you want to talk about, and if you don't believe me, go and ask fucking Denny Kim, and go and ask fucking Hot Toys, and go and ask anybody else you want to mention. Mention me friends who have sent me free figures. I don't kiss ass for nobody, so don't fucking, let's make that clear. 16 Morph, you fucking prick, yeah? So clear that one up. That did piss me off. Nah, going back to this figure. This is mine, as it stands today. I've had it since November. It was off at press, like I said. It was a replacement for one that was paint damaged. The reason I didn't mention the paint damage is because they reimbursed it me at no cost to me, so the one I got was immaculate, and this is that one. It's been posed up since. It's been posed in stressed positions, and it has been in this review, and I will say there is not even a tiniest little crack in that rubber or in the rubber on the back of that arm or anywhere on it. I've thoroughly checked it before I even started this review to see if it had deteriorated over time. Looking down back at legs, as good as it ever were. So that is how mine stands. So anybody wondering how mine's holding up okay. Right, so moving on from that video to my thoughts on the figure altogether. I would say if you like the figure and you want it and you're going to be risking it now, because we've seen evidence to say the rubber might not be able to handle the armature inside. If that is the thing and you don't want to blow the $250 or whatever this figure costs now, don't buy it. Simple. If you don't want the worry, don't buy it. I've got it. I'm happy with it. I love the figure, and the body on mine has been okay. So I would not get involved in scare tactics. But I will also be honest and say I have seen some that's ripped, and I don't think for a second that them guys have ripped them intentionally. My honest thoughts on it are, some people might pose in direct sunlight, which I think would dry the rubber out, very much like it does on the side of your car tyres. They dry out and they perish over time, simply because of the warm when the sun's on it, and then the cold temperatures. I think sometimes these figures might suffer from that. I also think if you're living in an extreme air-conditioned apartment or house, the temperature change and the fact that the air conditioning dries out the air, takes the moisture out, that might also dry the rubber out. What I would say is I just live in a normal house with central heating, and these figures are in cabinets away from the window, and there's no damage to this one. That is what I would say. I'm going to move it on, and then I'm just going to pick back up on the video from last night. Right, so let's pick back up what we're saying. Just show you, just going back to the upright position, because that is how I pose it. If I had another boxing figure, I would leave it in a boxing pose all the time. If it splits, it splits. Not a great fucking deal you can do about it, other than kick and whine and go back to Storm. So you can see I haven't even really got a divot. In fact, if I just point you out that where the light's just caught it, you see you do get that sort of oily fluid where it's been compressed. So that's what might be keeping mine moist and stopping it from ripping. I don't know. Right, so I just want to make it clear. If you have got a ripped one, I would recommend you leave as is, send some pictures to Storm Collectables, and either ask for your money back or ask for an exchange or whatever. If the figures are fucking up, which they clearly are, I'm not disputing that for a second. I think the rubber could be shit on some of them. If they're ripping up, be sensible, contact Storm Collectables and say, look, I don't want to risk it, I want my money back. If they choose to fuck you off, then kick and fucking scream like I did with a Spiderman from Hot Toys. If they don't want to give it you, then fucking make a fuss of it. But at least give them a chance to replace it. If they choose not to, like I said, for whatever reason, then I'd be your biggest supporter, because I don't like no companies taking us for cunt. So I will say that. What I will also say is mine is perfect at the moment, so I won't be kicking and screaming because there's no problem with mine, so why would I? Right, going back to the video last night. Now, if that guy got one and is ripped, then I'm sorry for him. He's got a figure he really wanted, sounds like a Tyson fan, and probably was buzzing as I were to get it. He's got his and he's clearly ripped or whatever. I don't even think he stated what were wrong with him in the first place. Now, this is the thing. The internal structure of the body. When I received it, I'd also got information from Storm, passed through, translated to English by Anthony. Basically, move the arm like this, move the body like this, it will do this, it will do that, watch out for paint rub, blah, blah, blah. He also uploaded a video. Whether that video is still on, I don't know. But it pretty much, there was a guy at Storm doing a demonstration, I think, while Anthony filmed. And he was showing you when you bend the arm, hold it at sort of the upper shoulder and the lower arm and bend it. Same there and there, same at the leg. Hold the bottom of the leg, the upper leg and bend it. Now, from what the video last night showed is this sort of plastic structure inside the upper leg, one in the lower leg, and then a length of wire inside the knee and elbow. Now, this is where I totally disagree with the video. That piece of wire, to me, looked about the same width as maybe... I'll be conservative and I'll say about 5 paper clips. About the same, if you were to put 5 metal paper clips together, the diameter would have been, the circumference would have been about same as the wire in the elbow and knee. That is how it looked in the video. Now, you pick up a paper clip and straighten it out, right? You can do this now if you want. Hold it at one end and hold it at the other end. So your fingers will be about, let's say 3 inch apart, which they really should be if you're holding that and that. Now bend that paper clip, and on top of that, imagine that that paper clip is wrapped with rubber. Now what you're going to find is you're not going to get a 45-degree angle bend. Now if you put your fingers together on that paper clip, you can bend it to get a really tight fold, and then what you can do is you can shuffle it backwards and forwards really fast. What happens is metal will warm up and then it'll splinter and snap. It's the friction that does it, not the bend. When you get a tight bend and you go backwards and forwards, the metal will go to a temperature where that will snap. Now, I defy anybody who can hold that arm there and that arm at bottom, bend it back and forth, bearing in mind while it's still got the rubber around it as well, so it's not going to go to a tight bend anyway. Move that back, forward, as fast as he did in that video last night, and I don't think you will snap that arm, and you certainly won't snap that leg, for the reason I said in the review. When you bend any one of them legs, the rubber all around this section pushes out, and it looks like it's a fucking kebab on a spit. That's what the leg looks like. All the rubber pushes to this area. So you try and bend this leg backwards and forwards. Even if you want to be excessive, I think you're still going to struggle to snap the bastard, let alone fucking pose it how they told you to pose it. Now, this is me thinking, if you're going to do some kind of scientific experiment or prove your point, it's got to be as close to the real thing. Otherwise, you're just doing a test to prove your point. Now, I think the test actually proved against his point. I don't think the rubber, the metal wire inside the elbows and knees is a problem. I think the problem is the rubber that's surrounding that corrodes over time, or under the stress of the armature holding it in place. That's what I think. I think the frame is that strong that it's holding the rubber in a position until the rubber loses and just fucking gives. That's what I think. So I didn't even agree with his video. We could all stand there and snap a thin piece of fucking wire if we put us thumbs exactly next to each other and bend backwards and forwards 23, 24, 25 times. We could all do that, but try doing it while it's wrapped in the fucking rubber. That's what I think. But anyway, so that should really clear my point up. Like I said, I can't make it clear enough. The guy in that video, I'm not attacking him. I'm not attacking Storm. I'm not attacking the person who fucking supplied it to me. I'm just making my thoughts clear. Thanks to Raider in NY for backing me up and saying fucking I only trust Clipper, because that is what you should be fucking doing, boys. Trust Uncle Clipper, because I'll never lie to you, and you should know that. And all them others, like 16 more, you can fucking teabag my ballsack, my friend, because I don't lie, and I'm not a fucking advertiser, yeah? I'm a critic or reviewer, so get that straight, and I'm out of here.